Back in the 2011 to about 2014 days of Roblox, tons of new players were flooding in. I think us OG players from those years can agree that at that time, Roblox had evolved from the small game that it was to a massive and ever-growing platform. There were lots of Roblox developers who had made names for themselves, and those same developers were making tons of profit from games. Users would be buying tons of game passes while spending hours in game, allowing for the developers to have a pretty stable profit flow. In 2013, Roblox had 160,000 simultaneous players, which may not seem like much today, but it was a massive milestone back then. So at that time, the management of Roblox needed to drop something big. They did something not many of us would expect: mobile games. And for the people that need an intro, howdy clap gang, Raid here. Now before we hop into today's video of what happened to Roblox's mobile games, I just gotta say that 77.7% of you guys that watch my videos are not subscribed. So if you like Roblox commentaries, please subscribe to my channel as I'm trying to hit 5k soon. Now let's just get into the video. So you're all probably asking, Raid, wasn't there a mobile app for Roblox back then? Yes, my friends, there was, but what Roblox did was make individual apps for some games. For the people that don't understand it, think about it this way. Basically, if the Roblox game Adopt Me was on the Roblox mobile app, but it would also have its own separate app on the App Store. It would still be a part of Roblox. You could still log in and play the regular Adopt Me game on the separate app, but there are going to be some minor changes that would happen that I'm going to be describing in this video. And for you guys to even better comprehend the idea, I'm going to describe the games to you. Now, there were 3 games that had made it to become Roblox mobile apps. These 3 games were pretty popular at the time. This was around 2013, 2014, and those 3 games were Space Nights, Natural Disaster Survival, and Hangout in a Disco and Chat. Now let's look at these games individually. First, we'll start off with Space Nights, a third-person survival shooter where the player fought off waves of blocky monsters for points and upgrades. It was extremely fun. Like, this was basically Call of Duty Zombies, but futuristic and on the moon. And did I tell you that you get futuristic medieval weapons? Like, how awesome was that? And as you survived wave by wave, you'd also have to protect your energy core. If it got attacked by monsters, the round would end. I tried going back to the game, and when I load in, it just doesn't work. It's so sad, like it's just the black sky in-game. The next game in the catalog is Natural Disaster Survival, the fan favorite by Stickmaster Luke. For some reason, the game was titled Survive the Disasters, but if one were to look at the picture, I mean, you could clearly see those are 2 natural disaster survival maps. I don't think this game needs any explaining at all, as it's always been very popular. And if you need to see gameplay of this game, you are not a true Roblox player. Like, come on. The last game that I had found, which had also had its own app, was called Hangout in a Disco and Chat. So basically, this was one of those old Roblox Hangout games, just like the roleplay hangouts that you see on the front page today. I'd say the name explains everything. This game highlighted the social aspects of Roblox, and I guess it pushed players into it for that. As a kid, I remember playing both the apps for Space Nights and Natural Disaster Survival, but never did I remember playing Hangout in a Disco and Chat. I don't think those games really appealed to me. Hey yo, where the antisocial gang at? So now that everybody here knows the apps and what they were about, let's discuss the features of these specific mobile apps. Now, I just want to say that I could not find anything on the internet about this. There were no videos, no Reddit posts specifically talking about them. There were only Reddit posts that really brought up how there were apps, and that's how I got the screenshots of the individual game apps you saw in the video. So everything that I'm going to be talking about here is from my memory. I'm gonna have to go back about 6-7 years. You'd download the game like a regular app, you'd open it up, and I specifically remember there being a login screen. You would log in with your account, play as your character, yada yada yada. The thing with Space Nights that I vividly remember is that every time I logged in to play Space Nights, my progress would not save cross-platform between Roblox itself and this mobile app. What I mean by this is that when I played Space Nights or Natural Disaster Survival and I got some kind of levels or points, all of those things wouldn't transfer to the Roblox client. Also, the thing with Space Nights is that no progress saved at all, so if I grinded to a high level, when I would go to play the game in the morning on the mobile app, none of the progress would be there. The gameplay of the apps was fun for a 9-year-old Roblox fan like myself, and that's probably why I still remember both games to this day. Now, both the apps were up for a while, but I recently asked, why were they removed in the first place? I looked online and I couldn't find much about the apps themselves or why they mysteriously disappeared. At the time of making this, there's nothing about this topic on YouTube. I'm like the only YouTuber who's made a video about it. So I went deep into Google. Guys, I even went to page 2. I know, it's crazy. I had found there was a wiki page for natural disaster survival that verified the existence of the mobile app. Thankfully, all of this wasn't a fever dream, and the wiki stated, did you know that natural disaster survival used to have an app? Nobody knows the backstory, but a natural disaster survival app appeared on the iOS App Store in late 2012, and instead of getting you to Roblox, it turned you into a guest and had you only play that game. Nobody knows why it was removed from the iOS App Store in early 2014. Now, there's a couple things I gotta bring up about this. It's really weird how literally nobody knows the backstory. I mean, I even couldn't find anything on the Roblox blog. Another weird thing is that the wiki stated the game would turn you into a guest. The thing is, you could become a guest if you just pressed play, but if you logged in, it would get you into your account. Also, if the game was removed in 2014, this meant that it was up for a little under 2 years before being removed. I feel like this was the same with Space Nights and Hangout in a Disco chat. The Hangout game wasn't on the App Store when I had searched it in late 2013. I guess I couldn't find it, or maybe it was removed earlier. So with no evidence, there are really only 3 main reasons that justify the app's removal. Number 1. Roblox wanted to put more focus into the main Roblox app. So as more players were coming in, Roblox wanted to maximize the community they could support with their mobile app. This would have resulted in nobody working on the individual game apps, and them having to shut them down. If you guys don't know, Roblox didn't have like a crazy amount of employees. It's still a company, but the thing is, you need to know where to divide your workers. And with less people working on the game, that means it was harder to keep the servers alive, so eventually they pulled the plug. Now, the second answer was that the player counts on the 3 apps had been dropping. The games were fun, but nobody would only want to play those specific games. The whole point of Roblox was playing different games, that's what made it fun. There would be no maximum fun in just playing those games. I probably think that Roblox thought it would be better to just have the games in the mobile apps. Now, the third and last answer was that the games didn't make any profit. They were all free apps, and I actually don't remember there being any game passes in the apps, unlike the official games on the Roblox app and client. With no profit being made, Roblox had to shut down the games as they would be losing money running them. It takes money to run games on servers, and it's sad to know that that's why they could have been shut down. In 2020, these mobile apps are relics of old Roblox. They're something that I don't think we're ever going to get back. They were a pretty interesting topic to research, like I genuinely had some nostalgia while looking for them. But that's really all I gotta say. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Subscribe to my channel for more daily Roblox commentaries. It's been Raid. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Remember to stay positive, stay hydrated, and float on.